What's up, faithful? Welcome to the East Coast Red and Gold podcast. I'm Niners Jess, along with Ty Austin, Maddie B, and Niner Lady Dina. It is Wednesday, November 5th. It is Salute to Service Week. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Hey, what's going on?
I'm still recovering from the drive home. Other than that, everything was pretty good.
I can imagine. All right, before we get started, we are brought to you by Faithful Gear. Get your customized Niners gear made for the faithful by the faithful at faithfulgear209.com. All right, so let's recap a little Giants. They got the dub on Ty's birthday, which was pretty cool. All four of us were there. We sat at different vantage points of the stadium. I was in the shade this time the entire game. So talk about it. Go ahead, Ty.
Good game. You know, it was a great day for football. Sunny and nice, but very cool. Beautiful day in Jersey. So you couldn't ask for a better environment. The faithful completely took over. As usual, you know, no surprise there, but it was just still great to see. And it was good football on the field. You know, it was good to see a win where all three phases of the ball did what they supposed to do. You know, look dominant, look confident, played a great, solid game. It's the game we've been waiting for basically all season up to this point. So overall, great day. You couldn't complain about that one.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely a MetLife takeover for sure. Met a lot of cool people. Special shout out to Big Ron and Lori. We were at their tailgate, and they were kind enough to include us, and we had such a great time. And I believe they're watching tonight, so thanks for watching. Right. Yeah, it was just I enjoyed the game. It was my nephew's first game. Awesome. You know, so it was pretty cool. And I know there was a lot going on. Yes, the our picture was on the Niner social media, which was pretty cool. And yeah, so that was about it. But as far as, you know, the game goes, I mean, I agree with you. All phases really clicked. Mm-hmm. You know, the only thing is that, you know, just the opening touchdown of the Giants was like kind of like, all right, you know, come on, guys. But, you know, right after that, it was just, you know, they
clammed down. Yeah.
Right. Yes. It was, you know, full steam ahead. And yeah. Dina, how about you?
Yeah, I thought they had excellent rhythm. I mean, they were like pouncing. They were there. Everything was in grooving. It was not, you know, nothing slacking. And wow, they put a hurting on some people. I mean, you know, some of the hits that were given, I was like, ooh, but but other than that, I mean, the timing was right. They were just singing along, and like you said, that first touchdown, you know, I was like, what? But then it came right back and said, oh no, and steamrolled the rest of the way. It was great. It was good to see, like I said, some 49er football. It was on point. I was very impressed and very happy.
Yeah, Rob says that it was great until about 4 minutes left. Yeah.
Yeah.
The MetLife turf struck again. That was pretty unfortunate.
Yep.
You know, we almost got away with having anyone injured.
Close.
Yep, we were so close. Go ahead, Maddie.
I thought the offense played great. You could definitely tell that Spencer Burford was playing based on some things that were just the way the line was. You could just tell there was a little more experience on that line. And then post-game, Trent Williams talked about having experience on that line. So you saw the difference. You saw the difference in the run game, and you saw the difference in the pass game. Like, Mac Jones wasn't getting the shit beat out of him on every play, right? Like, that was a nice little welcome change. And that's not a bad pass rush. You know what I mean? Like they've got guys who can get after it. So to me, that was a pretty good test. And Christian McCaffrey and Brian Robinson Jr. getting involved in the offense. Hi there. Hello. A little Jacob Cowing action, like actually having guys on the field that you have to cover, and then Christian McCaffrey's wide open leaking out of the backfield. When is Christian McCaffrey wide open anywhere? Never. He's never wide
No.
open out of anything,
No.
right? But you get to see that the other day. Huge, just massive all around for the offense. Defense is young guys right now, and they are running out of depth, right? They are just running out of pieces. They're running out of depth because guys just keep going down, right? This is your 1986 defense, right? You're going to have a mix of holdovers from the original, and you're having new guys kind of hold in and patch it together, and you've got the kind of the future foundation of this defense, I think, moving forward. And then whatever you get in the draft next year is probably going to transition you into the next part once other guys come back. So that's what you're seeing right now. You're seeing growing pains, you're seeing hard hits, but you're seeing a lot of boneheaded plays on third down. Still continues to be a bugaboo for this team. Would have, I'll be interested to see how much more Keon White starts to get utilized, just because they're going to have to use him. Don't really have a choice at this point. You know what I mean? Numbers game. And start to see everybody else kind of get back into it too, right? Malik Mustafa is going to have another weekend. You start seeing him get a little bit more into it. Like maybe he can start playing up a little bit more as more of a run safety as opposed to like other stuff, right? I think that could help some things a little bit too. There's more than one way to cook a roast, right? And I think Robert Saleh is good enough to figure out how to cook the roast with what he's got. So let's let him do that. And special teams, bless your hearts. Love you guys. You guys got it. Love you guys. Keep it up.
Maddie,
Nothing else to say.
You mentioned the Giants D line. I really didn't see Sexy Dexy.
Kayvon Thibodeau is that no with an Neaux? Is that how you spell that? Like no show?
Yep.
Or do you go like that? Like I don't know how that goes. There, you didn't see, like there was just not a lot of there wasn't a lot of anything, right? Hey Ron. Was he in the big photo? Because like if he was, hey Ron,
yes.
how you doing?
Yes.
Okay, good. But yeah, there was really kind of a lot of that with that team. Like I expected a little bit more from that defense, and they pretty much got nullified, right? Like I usually expect nothing but disaster. I just flash back to Jim Burt punching Joe Montana in the chin and knocking him out like like it was Mike Tyson's punch out. So it wasn't like that day. Mac Jones had his pick of things. Christian McCaffrey had his pick of things. Brian Robinson Jr. Guys, like just the excitement level of seeing him utilized and running the ball and running the ball effectively, and him staying on the field, not them being like,
bingo.
Okay, you got
Bingo.
Let him get a rhythm.
Yes.
Let him get a rhythm. It's okay. It is okay to let Brian Robinson Jr. get a rhythm. It is okay if he gets hot someday and runs for 300 yards. Okay,
it's fine.
No one here is going to cry. No one's going to be sad, because you know what you do that day? You take Mr. McCaffrey, you run him into the slot all the time, right? Because currently Ricky Pearsall is in a witness protection program. Clearly. So like you need a slot receiver. Well, you got one right there, right? Like let's add a couple of games to Christian McCaffrey's year, right? Let's add a couple of games to his career. Let's get a little mileage down. Like it's okay. It's not a problem, right? Like it's okay to have Jake Tongas and George Kittle on the field at the same time, more than like just at the goal line. That is also okay. We're okay with that. You want to run wing T, Kyle? I'm sure you've got some plays in there. Go ahead. Cook it. Cook the roast, man. It's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to get the stuff out of the pantry that's back there. Get rid of it, okay? Get everything. Roll it up into a pot and stick it up the ram's ass, okay? That's what you got to do.
And then you get some people that, Brian Robinson Jr. had a good game because their run defense is terrible. Like you just can't win.
You can't win with these people.
But if he doesn't play well, then like
Why do
nobody
we
knows what
have
they're
him?
doing,
Why
right?
they trade
Right.
for him? Yeah. You hear all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
No, I was glad to see him out there, for as long as he was out there. That was great. That was great. I'm glad.
Like Matt said, they left him on the field, and deservedly so. If you remember that drive, if CMC ran the ball 4 straight times, and he took himself off the field, and it's like, okay, this is one of those times where you bring in Brian Robinson and you rest CMC. Let him rest.
Yeah.
4 straight runs up the
Right.
middle. It takes a toll. Rest your star player. Brian Robinson can handle this.
Mhm.
I think this is the first time all year where we've seen Brian Robinson get the ball 3 straight times.
Yeah.
And it resulted in a touchdown. Hello.
Mhm.
Hey, look at the positivity. So it can be done.
Who knew?
Yeah, exactly. Who knew? Hey, he's pretty good. Who knew? It's like, keep this going, okay?
Yeah.
Don't let this be the anomaly. This is what we want to see. Let's keep it going.
Exactly.
I forget which game it was, but Brian Robinson Jr. had a really good run. He's had several really good runs,
Yeah.
but he had a really good run. And then he was like looking at the sideline, hoping, like almost hoping to stay in because he kind of like almost felt like a rhythm. And there he goes back to the sideline. I'm like, come on.
Yeah.
Wow.
I remember I think it was the Saints game or something. He ripped off like a 19-yarder, and it was like, run him again right off the field. And it was like, so much for that dream.
Yeah, I can't tell you how many times I'm always like,
Yeah.
run it again, do it again.
Yeah, really. It's like,
So
Not to cut you off, Just, but there
Go
are
ahead.
multiple times, honestly, that this team just needs one wide receiver out there. And
Yeah.
I'm not saying that to be some extremist, right? Like, I'm literally like, you have good tight ends and you have good running backs, okay?
Yeah.
Your eligible receivers do not all have to be wide receivers, okay? You don't need
No.
to have 2 out there. Just leave Jennings out there, or Cowing, or whoever you decide for that play. I don't give a rat's ass. But you have options and you have guys that you can move and shift.
Yep.
Like,
Mhm.
make the defense commit to something. If they're in a nickel, run the ball. If they're not in a nickel, right? If they're trying to stop the run, throw on them, because a lot
Right.
of their guys aren't going to be able to keep up with whatever, right? It is also okay to have Kyle Juszczyk out there with
Yes.
these guys, because he is also capable of catching passes, and
Oh,
he
yeah,
is
we
a
know.
nightmare for linebackers to defend. He's a nightmare for cornerbacks to defend because he's bigger than they are. He's stronger than they are. He almost he at the very least is going to tie up a safety, right?
Yep.
There are receivers that the way they play right now that Demarcus Robinson ain't tying up shit. Okay, he's tying up nothing. He is running routes. He is running
Yeah,
wind
I hope
sprints and
he,
coming back.
I hope he comes into existence before the season's
My
over.
goodness,
It
like,
would be nice for
I
him
would-
to
That would
at
be very
least Ricky
nice.
Pearsall has
more.
an injury, right? Like, Demarcus Robinson's still playing, and I still like I thought you were still suspended, sir. Like, the way you play,
Mm.
it's insanity. Maybe he lights it up against the Rams this week because he just gets it together because he's mad that they let him go or something. That's what I'm rooting for. But so far, my hopes are not up.
Yeah.
I think as far as Juice goes, I agree with you, Maddie, but let's just not have him as a running back and those ridiculous plays
Yeah.
of him in the backfield that I cannot stand.
Well, if you're gonna do it, can we at least make it so that it's possibly, I don't know, legal? Right? Like, can we do that? Can we make it legal? Like, is that a possibility? Just
Make it legal. Yeah.
don't get a 5-yard penalty on whatever ridiculous shit you're doing. Okay.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
and we'll go from there. And then
No,
and then we can judge based on that. You get 2 yards, I don't care. But
No, but
I'd much
what you
rather
said,
Juice
No,
I'd
sorry, I
much
was
rather
gonna
Juice
say-
take that dive than Purdy.
Yeah, I was
or
going to say
Jones.
his strength is in the passing game. He's like
Yeah.
another
Mhm.
tight end out there, is what you said. And we've seen him make ton of plays, get wide open in the passing game. And Like the offense is always better when Kyle's utilizing everyone, and that includes Juice. So let's
And
let's
that's the
work him a little
key.
bit more. Yeah.
What's up, McNiner? He says our
What's up?
defense is Lenore and the youngins. They should get better as the season goes.
They already
Yeah, I
have been.
agree.
Yeah.
The only thing is with with the secondary, like it, I like the secondary, I really do, but the pass rush
Mm.
is, and we're gonna talk about this in a little bit, is kind of like a little non-existent. Although on Sunday, Cleveland Farrell had a good one, Sam O.
Yeah.
But what are you, Ty? What are your thoughts on the pass rush, the secondary?
First of all, defense is not the problem on this team. Let's get that right off the bat. The pass rush is there. Pass rush has been there all year. Just because you are not seeing sacks doesn't mean pass rush isn't there. They're getting pressure. They're making quarterbacks move. It's there. A lot of people are overreacting from the Houston game, but Houston had a hell of a game plan. If you leave in 6 blockers, 7 blockers, that's called max protection, people. It's very hard to get to the quarterback when you do that. Yesterday, you saw the Giants did not do that, and you saw guys getting home. You saw guys rattling Jackson Dart. He had to move. Pass rush is there. Right now, everyone's looking for that key marquee guy. We don't have him. So it's going to be pass rush by committee, which is really what you want. You just don't want to rely on one guy. You want everyone stepping up. Because there's new pieces, Robert Saleh's got to find the right formula of, okay, who's going to be my guys when I need a pass rush, when I need to put 4 out there. And we have to be patient to wait to see how this works out. We can guess, but Robert Saleh knows more than us. So we have pass rush. It's there. It'll come along. But the defense alone, overall, they hold up. And we see the secondary getting better, right? Renardo Green's making plays now after his slow start. Demo's Demo. We know what he's going to do. But like the safeties had a good game. They still could be a little better in pass coverage. But
they were there.
You saw them step up yesterday. They weren't blowing coverages. So that's a positive sign. So things will come together. And Robert Saleh, we trust. Don't throw him under the bus now. Like, he'll get it together.
Big Ron says next or every man up.
There you go.
That's for sure.
That's that. Remember the mantra, GYB, got your back. And it's everyone getting everyone's back. That's the way this team is built.
Pretty much.
Right. The good old IGYB. Bebop, McVay is sleeping in cold sweats this week.
Ha. Not really, but yeah.
Melissa, for Maddie, can we please have a rant about Bethune getting hosed by that roughing call? I'm just glad he didn't go off and get a bad rep with the refs like Greenlaw or Lenore.
At this point in time, I just expect the 49ers to be screwed on every single call, right? They're the ones who gets, somebody gets suspended because a security guard pokes them in the face, right? Like, there's always some sort of stupid crap happening to the 49ers and they end up paying for it, right? So I just expect it at this point. Like, it's not that I don't want to rant about it. It's not that it doesn't make me angry because, well, it does. But at this point, I have to accept that it's going to happen. And then, like, if it doesn't, I can then be surprised and be like, whoa, we actually got away with one there, right? And it happens like once every 12 weeks. But, at some point, again, it's like Halley's Comet. You'll see it, and that'll be it, right? Once in a lifetime experience. So that's how I feel every time the 49ers get hosed on a call. But it seems to happen again on third down. There's always some sort of crap that happens on third down.
Yeah.
And the thing that I'm tired of is officials just like throwing a flag and then they all turn around and talk about it.
Right.
Yeah.
MFer, you threw the flag. What did you see? Okay. Instead, you know what I usually see? And folks, I've attended quite a few of these games. Okay, it's not they don't show you a lot of this stuff on TV, and I do like to watch the officials after they throw a flag because I love to see how it goes. The guy who throws the flag sometimes isn't talking. He'll just go blah blah blah, and then somebody else is telling him whatever. And like if they decide to pick the flag up, it's usually not the one that threw it that tells them to pick the flag up. It's somebody else, right? Like, how is this going? Like, what is going on there? Like, that's what I want to hear. Because it seems to me like you've got a bunch of multi-million-dollar athletes out there. You've got fans spending money every day. You've got owners spending millions of dollars, and they're decided by part-time guys, some of whom were probably like, I don't know, litigating cases earlier this week. And they're just like, geez, golly, I think there was holding there. Well, was there? I don't know. Well, the ball might have been tipped. I don't know. Was it tipped? Like, that's just what it seems like to me. It just seems like there's no investment, and it's just up to this ragtag bunch of, scrappy do-gooders who's out there trying to like make calls, and then the calls are completely inconsistent, and then it just leads to maddening scenarios. And you've got millions of dollars also being bet on these games too, so that cranks some things up a little bit. Like, get it together, guys. It's like every game this year, every level, everything I've attended this year, it's just like, make this a job. Let's take this seriously, please. Can we take this seriously? We take it seriously, right? I'm literally staying alive to get that 6th Super Bowl win. And like, here we are. We can't even get friggin' officials that know what they're doing. Okay, let's go.
Jason wants to know if we fired the hockey strength and conditioning coach yet. Nope.
No, and he shouldn't be. So let it go.
Big Ron, the ref seems to call plays of feeling.
Yeah.
They don't call what they see. Because like Matt said, they'll throw a flag, and the guy that throws the flag looks to his referee friend and be like, what'd you see? He didn't throw it. You threw it. What did you see? When you throw a flag, you're supposed to look up and be like, holding or illegal man, whatever.
No, he's got to walk over to his buddy.
Did you see something?
Yeah.
My favorite is the spot of the ball. The spot of the ball is my absolute favorite. When the guy who's 3 yards away tries to override the guy who is on the sideline and is looking straight down at where the ball is. Sir, do you have some sort of like
X-ray vision?
Interdimensional vision that you can explain to the rest of us? Because you don't have the angle on that, right? Like, just this gong show level lack of common sense that you see all the time, and it just it's so bad it makes you question if it's bad like that for a reason, right? Like, it's just dumb because that's what everybody wants you to think. But honestly, I just think it's complete like nothing bad's gonna happen. Jameson's hand just made a cameo.
I know, all of a sudden I saw a hand. Hi.
Yeah, and also it was Jameson's first game since the Cowboys playoff game in 2023 the other day.
Nice.
So, yeah,
Awesome.
and we managed to. By the way, shout out to the 4 Giants fans in front of us who did not show up the entire game. Thank you. It was great. It was like having a front row seat. No one blocked us, and the people up front were just like, "Man, these San Francisco fans are freaking everywhere." They just kept saying that over and over and over again. And I'm like, yeah. It's like that meme when they're all on the news and it's like first time. It's like that's kind of what I was feeling like when I heard him say that. Right? It was the same deal. Like, oh yeah, you're on the board. Yep. Oh, haven't been to one of these before, have you? Like.
San Francisco.
All right, so I'm just glad that the Niners beat the Giants. I'm not a big fan of Jackson Dart. In my opinion, I think he's a punk. But anyway, that's a thing for
Tell us how you really feel.
Yeah, it's Giants. But people don't know that's an old school rival. You're right. Like, and they even wore their old school throwback jerseys that they wore in the 80s and the 90s. And it's like, we got to beat them. We got to
Bill
beat
Sims
them.
bobblehead day. Did any of you sell your bobbleheads to the people walking out, by the way?
No, but funny story about that. My dad is not a Phil Simms fan at all. He
Ooh, okay.
liked Jeff Hostetler.
Okay.
Really? Okay.
So we walk in and they're giving out the bobbleheads. And my mom and I just started dying laughing because it was a Phil Simms bobblehead.
Uh-huh.
So we get home and I say to my dad, I'm like, don't say I never got you anything. And I give it to him. And boy, did I get the look.
Mm.
That's awesome.
So that's my
Yeah.
Phil Simms story. And then he came out on the field,
He came on the field, yeah.
Yeah. And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh God.
Yep.
So all right. Let's do some game balls. Dina, what do you think?
Oh, definitely. I have to give it to Robinson. Brian Robinson. I have to. And Mac Jones. Kudos to Mac Jones. Definitely. Definitely those two.
Ty, what do you think? Oh,
Yeah, I got
sorry.
one.
You done?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I got one for Spencer Burford, friend of the show. Didn't surprise start, didn't see that coming, but he played and held up well. So it's good to see him just back on the field. We're fans of him, so it's good to see him out there. And then on the defensive side, Sam Okinawa had a very good game. Kevin Givens and Kalia Davis had very good games. So it's good to see those guys stepping up and making plays because that's what we need.
Mhm.
And I got to give just kudos to the special teams unit as a whole.
Yes.
Kick coverage was outstanding. Kick returns were very good.
Yes.
So kudos to the special teams units.
I am going to go with Sam O, Cleveland Farrell. That I don't know if you guys saw the video, but when he put the hit on Jackson Dart in the background, there was a security guard. And as soon as that happened, the security guard just literally went like,
Oh, no, I got to go find that.
Yeah, it was so funny.
Uh-huh.
I'm also going to give one to Tatum Bethune. He had
Yes.
16 tackles, played his butt off. He continues to play his butt off.
Mhm.
And of course, CMC. Get Maddie.
Mhm.
Juwan Jennings is getting a game ball because dude has
He
been
deserves
questioned.
one.
He's had kind of rough one. Dude played a tough game. That touchdown was massive, right? Like
Mhm.
Yes.
even when he doesn't touch the ball, things don't usually go well for this offense. When he touches the ball, especially in key situations, things usually go well for this offense, right? Especially when he's locked in. He looked really locked in the other day, and it helped. You could tell there was a major difference in that offense, and I thought that was directly because of what he did and how he played. So that would be that one number one. The other guy I thought, Tatum Bethune's kind of sliding in, right? We don't expect him to be Fred Warner. You're not
Nope.
Patrick
No.
Willis, okay? You're not even Chris Borland at this point, okay? I'm not expecting that. I need you to be Tatum Bethune, right? That's what I need
That's
you
who
to
he
do.
is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets 8 tackles, pretty decent coverage. I'm okay with that. Imagine if we'd had someone like him in coverage in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, right? I don't think their tight end would have taken over in the second half. You know what I mean? So that's one thing there.
What up, Jason?
The other thing too, just a little reminder, Eddie friggin' Pinheiro. Okay. Once again, solid as a rock, 4 for 4 on extra points. We don't even think about it anymore, right? It's gonna hurt us when he actually does accidentally boink one because we're gonna
Why
be
you
like,
jinxing
"Whoa,
him?
what the hell," right? But
Yeah, why are you speaking that into existence?
because we know that happens. And I don't want to
No.
wait for it to
Just
start in the
don't say
playoffs.
anything.
No.
I don't want it happening in the playoffs. I'd rather have it happen in the third quarter of a game that we're winning by 13. Okay, it's fine. You got to get that out of the way. Okay, just stop. Okay, we can't
No.
even draft a first rounder that doesn't tear an ACL at this point. So, and the other one's Reuben Foster. So that's where we're at on all of those fronts. So yeah, Eddie Pinheiro again, Automatic Eddie, the man.
Mhm.
Melissa says, Maddie, knock on some wood.
Mhm.
Well,
What's up,
it's just
Melissa?
you're occasionally going to miss one. It's not a big deal. Like
He already missed a
just
kick this year. Just
Yeah,
like
he did.
exactly. Make it early in the second quarter or
First
something,
one.
right? Like no.
But
biggie.
hold on. If our offense is doing what they did on Sunday, and then it doesn't matter.
He
It doesn't
shouldn't
matter
be
if he
carrying the
misses
load,
one.
True.
Ty. That's the point. He should not be carrying the load.
I've been
He
making
should
that
not
point
be
since
on
last
Eddie
freaking
Pinheiro.
year.
Yeah.
Right.
No.
Hello,
should not be
welcome to
doing
the
the-
East Coast Red and Gold Show. I'm Ty Alston.
He should not be carrying the load. Our kicker getting 10 points, like, is pretty great, right? At the end of the day, he's scoring 10 points. That means the offense is doing their job. Blessed be. For once.
Blessed be the fruit.
All right. Moving on to the Lambs.
Ooh.
Practice report today. Huff was limited. No Pearsall. Ayuk has a chance to play this season, or at least his practice window will open up. I didn't like that answer. Purdy was limited. He'll be pushed a little bit more this week. I still think it's Mac Jones that plays. Ron
Yeah.
says they're going to start Purdy this week. I don't know about that. What do you guys think?
Mhm. I don't know. It doesn't sound like
I don't
a
think
confident
so.
thing.
Yeah.
So I think thinking just being very, very slow with him, taking it very cautious with him.
Very
So, I can
cautious.
see Mac Jones playing again. I mean, Mac had a good game against the Rams the first time around. He knows what to expect. Put him out there. It's like I can see that happening.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I wouldn't take any chances with him now. They're very, very, very cautious with what's going on. I see Mac coming back, starting.
Yeah, I agree. Go ahead, Maddie.
Rams are 4.5-point favorites.
Wow, really? They were just 3.5.
I am
know,
not
it
kidding
went
you.
up. What's
Rams
up
are
with that?
Listen to this. Rams are 4.5-point favorites with an over/under of 49.5. Gang, I'm going to tell you right now, I don't give out unsolicited gambling advice on this podcast ever. But if you're not on the 49ers in the under on Sunday, I can't help you. Okay. I can't. That is way too high. Way too high.
Have
All
they not
this
seen our matchups?
all this game smells of to me, it reeks of it, like anchovies on pizza. It's going to be Brian Robinson right, CMC left. Brian Robinson left, CMC right. Cut back up the middle. Here's a play action to Kittle, right? Play action to Jennings. Boom, boom, boom. Play action to Bourne. Boom, boom, boom. That Monday nighter they had a few years ago where they ran the ball like 40 times, I would expect they run the ball about 40 times and they just pound the
Mhm.
living crap out of the Rams. This is a 49ers home game. For the
Yep.
Rams to be a 4.5-point favorite on the road means that if this game was at SoFi, based on the stuff, which is weird, even though that would also be a 49ers home game, they're saying the Rams are 7.5 points better than the 49ers. That is insane to me. That is nuts. Crazy town, especially when it comes to the coaching matchups between these two teams. This is not a shootout game. This is not a doink it back and forth game. This is a
No.
run it down your throat game. And that's exactly what's going to happen in this game. So you're welcome.
Even with the Rams being number 5 in run defense.
It never matters between these two teams. For some reason, the 49ers can almost always run the ball on the Rams, right? As long as they have decent, competent quarterback play. And by decent and competent, I mean you hang on to the ball. You cannot fumble it. You cannot throw stupid
No
interceptions.
turnovers. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. I hate to say this, but you kind of just got to be Phil Simms. If you can be Phil Simms against the Rams, you're going to be just fine.
Jess's dad just logged off.
Yeah, I
He's off
know.
to New York.
Like F this.
Okay.
Melissa wants to know, is it wrong that she wants Brendel on the bench indefinitely?
Look, at the end of the day, it comes down to chemistry on that
Yeah.
offensive line. And right now, the offensive line chemistry is finally starting to get going. That's another thing that happened too. Trent Williams looked like chipper and happy after the game the other day. I haven't seen Trent Williams look chipper and happy since like 1936. Okay. He looked refreshed and rejuvenated.
Yeah.
And that to me goes straight to, as Ty reminded us, friend of the show, Spencer Burford, being back on that line the other day. And it showed, right? Like sometimes offensive linemen do take a while to develop. And how about this? Based on everything we've seen, what if he wasn't fully healthy for the last couple of years? And now he's fully healthy so that he can play up to his maximum potential. What if that's a possibility, right?
That would be
All of a sudden he
great.
comes in, shores up that line. Look, I love me some Connor Colby, but if Spencer Burford's playing better, guess what? I want Spencer Burford in there.
So
Definitely.
Same thing with
now,
Matt Hennessy over Jake Brendel.
so now what happens with Ben Barch, because he was a full participant in practice, so he's expected back. So what happens now?
They got decisions to make. Who do they go with? Right? That's Chris Forrester or Kyle Shanahan. Who are they going to go with? And I'm interested to see how this shapes up. Who's going to be out there on Sunday?
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see.
You got
What do you
the
think,
big
Dina?
decision. He got the big decision to make, because I'm like, I wouldn't want to be in that predicament. I mean, I like them both, but when it comes down to the nitty gritty, he's going to have to really like weigh the pros and cons on who's going to do what and who can do what. I wouldn't want to be in that predicament. I'm hoping that be nice to see Barch out there again, but I just think that he's got a tough decision to make, and I would not want to be in that position to make that decision, because that's going to be a rough thing to do. And because again, the coverage, who's better at the coverage? So I wouldn't want to be in that position. May the best person win, and let them do what they're supposed to do.
I don't know. I've been saying this a lot this week. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah.
And you know, with Spencer Burford being in there, you know, I would prefer that they stick with that than just keep rotating players. And this isn't the first time that we've said, well, that I've said, you know, like just rotating the offensive line, like that doesn't really help.
No. They need continuity.
Right.
Burford has
they
it.
can trust each other. And you know, Spencer Burford, we know his natural side is his left side, so he's very comfortable over there, can play. And I think the biggest thing, and Matt touched on this, freaking Williams is happy. I mean, if Big Trent is happy with the guy next to him, I think you need to go with that.
Yeah.
That makes him better and them two better as a unit. Like, hello? Just saying.
Leon, yep. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Well, he says it a different way. Continuity. If Burford is looking great, he should stay. Hennessy looks great.
Yeah, Hennessy's looking good.
Stay
We're
too.
not worried about rush up the middle.
Bebop says go
and
with
stuff
the
like that.
analytics.
Screw the analytics.
No,
Don't
I say
forget.
screw the analytics.
I'm so tired of analytics.
you know
Can
what,
we
I
play
think-
football?
I
Because
think-
like to me, sometimes you have to kick a field goal, right? Sometimes you have to
Right.
get points. You can't just go
Just
for
put the
7
three on the
every
board.
friggin' time. This isn't Madden. Okay. Sometimes you got to get six kicks from your kicker, but it shouldn't be every week. Okay. If it's every week, that's when you've got a problem.
I think Kyle relies too much on analytics.
Mhm.
I'm interested to
I can
see
see
who
that.
he is. Who has his ear the most on game day?
Yeah, I know. That'd be an interesting insight as to, you know, who's informing him of things, you know, for game time decisions.
Bill Belichick had a guy named Ernie Adams that used to do it for years. So I assume Kyle has a guy. I want to know who Kyle's Ernie Adams is. Right. I think that's an interesting.
Melissa
Interesting
coming through with
thing.
the hot questions.
By the way,
Love it.
I keep comparing this team to the 86 team, and I'm watching the 86 game right now, the week 10 86 game against Arizona where Joe Montana came back. The highlight of the CBS sports graphic is defensive starter attrition for the 49ers. Michael Carter was out, Ronnie Lott was out, Eric Wright was out, Jeff Fuller was out, Hardy was out, and Tony Shell was out too. They had like six guys
familiar.
all out, and I'm like, oh wow, hey, look at history
This looks
repeating itself
familiar.
again. So yeah,
Some things never change.
also, I expect Brock Purdy next week back against Arizona. Like that's a homecoming for him, right? It's like
Yeah.
wrestling fans will get this. It's like Shawn Michaels winning the Royal Rumble in San Antonio,
There you
right?
go.
Yeah, Brock Purdy come
Mhm.
back home. He gets that little amp of adrenaline. All his gangs there.
Yep.
And that's a good matchup for him too. That's a much better matchup than a game
Than
against the Rams,
the Rams,
quite
yeah.
frankly. So that's my 10
Yeah.
cents. My 2 cents is free. So I'm just going to go ahead and say Mac this week, Purdy next week.
Yeah.
Melissa wants to know if I see George Kittle and Jake Tonja scoring against the Rams. I don't know about the both of them, but I'm actually going to go with a possible George Kittle touchdown, of course.
Of course.
But yeah, that would be cool, if they both score. I mean, I like to see them, on the field at the same time, just like Maddie likes to see Brian Robinson Jr. and CMC on the field at the same time. So yeah, McNiner says Brendel's 33 years old, Hennessy's 27, looks better and could be here long term.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
There's nothing I've seen. You know what? Can I just tell you the best thing about Matt Hennessy? This is the first time we have talked about Matt Hennessy since he came into the ball game a few weeks ago for Jake Brendel, right? What other times have you been like, wow, that damn Matt Hennessy, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
I can't say that about Jake Brendel. So do with that what you will, how
Exactly.
you want to.
Hey, it is
right.
what it is.
Dina, what is your game plan to beat the Rams?
Run the ball. That's it. Run the ball. Up
Get
and
that.
down.
Oh.
Yeah, same thing. We're gonna run the ball. We're gonna work some play action. I like the fact that Kyle was like aggressive on Sunday versus the Giants. I can see that continuing. Him being in his bag. He's been in his bag all year, but the aggression is what I like to see. So I can see him dialing up some shots to take advantage. It's funny. Melissa mentioned Kittle and Tonjes. Kyle likes to use the tight end against the Rams. So I can see him getting the ball to George Kittle more. George Kittle hasn't had many opportunities. But this could be that game where you see him getting, 8 targets and Tonjes getting like 4 or 5 just to work the middle of the field and take advantage of that linebacker matchup that they create. So do that. Robert Saleh, he's basically going against this offense 4 times this year. I mean, it's the weirdest anomaly ever, but he's literally played against this offense 4 times this year. So there shouldn't be any surprises. He should know what to expect. Just don't play soft.
Yeah.
That's all I can say. Because the Rams, we know McVay will dink and dunk and send everybody deep, and Puka Nacua stand still. And there's a 0-yard pass to him, and he runs upfield for 8-9 yards. That's what they do all the time. It's so annoying. So don't play soft, man. Keep the aggression on, keep people up, and put the pressure on them.
We need to make Matthew Stafford feel uncomfortable.
And you start that by stopping the run.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because McVay's going to want to run it too. So
absolutely no options.
Yeah.
Also, I agree with you guys in running the ball. And I'm actually going to agree with Big Ron. Kittle 2 touchdowns on Sunday.
I feel like
Yeah,
you'd agree
Maddie.
with that anyways.
Yeah, I know, right? Like you, what? Like, were you really gonna
wow.
That's
not
a given.
agree with that?
I'm sure her,
Yeah.
her arm must have been horribly twisted.
Yeah,
to make
exactly.
that
Yeah.
happen.
I think
Exactly.
that's a
Good,
given.
and I'm gonna say
Yes.
good things happen when the ball is in
Well,
George Kittle's hands.
You always say that, and I always think about that when I see him. So
It's true. Go ahead, Maddie.
You know how to beat the Rams. They know.
They know.
And this, we remember like the season went down the drain last year with the last Rams loss. That's the way I look at it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what knocked us
that
out.
was it. That was basically the straw that broke the camel's back and
Yeah.
kind of ended some eras around here too. So to me, you know how to do it. Run the ball, take care of the ball, and when the Rams have it, make them have to throw it. You
Mhm.
know, and also when they do have to throw it, don't hold them. Okay, it's pretty simple. Just don't hold
Please.
them. Don't hold the receivers. Look
Let it
back at the
go.
ball when you're playing defense. Just do those things. Okay, that's it. Bare minimum. That's all we want. Build on
Yeah.
this.
Now I'm gonna have the "Let It Go" song from Frozen in my head. Thank you, Dina.
I try.
Ty, X Factors.
The offense. The offense is an X factor. They have to show up and show out.
Mhm.
Last season, we were wanting the offense to show up and do their thing, and they played a game against Chicago and racked up some points like they did on Sunday versus the Giants, and it was great. It was great to see the offense be a 49ers offense completely again. And then the following week, they played the Rams at home. And if you don't remember that game, I don't blame you. It was not a memorable one, especially
No.
for the offense.
No.
We can't have a repeat of that this year. The offense has to step up, keep it going, put that pressure on, get touchdowns, put points on the board. You don't want to see 58-yard field goals, and that's it.
Mm-mm.
Like they got to keep it going. So that's the biggest X factor for me.
Go ahead, Dina.
Bethune, Burford, the whole offense, Jennings, and your man Kittle are going to help us win this game. That and run the ball.
I am going to go with coaching as my X factors.
It's going to be like a chess game.
Yes. But you know what? All year, it's been about the coaching. We talked about this, I believe, last show about Kyle Shanahan possibly getting, coach of the year.
Oh, yeah.
I think he deserves it. And I think that, this game is definitely going to be about coaching and, just, and I know the guys will be ready. Maddie, go ahead.
I think coaching is going to be a big deal too, but it always is in these games, right?
Well,
McVay knows things. But yeah, Demarcus Robinson is a guy that I'm looking out for. If he doesn't do anything this week, he's never doing anything. Okay. This is the Demarcus Robinson do it or shut the hell up game. That's really what it boils down to. That's all I have. So
he played well in the first Rams game. So hopefully he shows up again, making some plays.
Yep.
And you know what, too?
Yeah.
We can't forget about Kendrick Bourne.
KB.
It's
As
true.
long as Mac Jones is a quarterback, you can't forget about Kendrick Bourne. You're 100% correct.
Yeah.
All right, last topic before we get out of here. Trade deadline
What trade deadline?
came and went.
Yep.
No trades for the Niners. Thoughts, Maddie?
I mean, I think the Michael Williams injury kind of like, I don't want to say like it made them change their mind on some things, but when you really think about it, like they kept thinking of, and they kept saying like, hey, if it's not for this year, then there's no point in gutting the team for this year, right? Like it just, It's like they're setting realistic expectations. Like, I don't think they've given up on the season, but they definitely didn't think they needed to give up, a bunch of picks for somebody. Would I have liked to see them kick the tires on a guy like, I don't know, Garrett Wilson? That'd be cool because, well, the Jets seem to be having a for sale sign on everybody in the building. So it looked like there was a possibility that just maybe they were going to get rid of some guys and maybe they could
Yeah.
have been bowled over. And I have no problem trading first round picks, right? I have no problem with that because the hit rate is about as good on. I'd rather have this team load up on like 4th through 7th round picks and then just, do what you can with the 1st through the 3rd, right?
Right.
Because at this point they're really good 5 through 7, 4 through 7. So load up. You know what I mean? Go crazy.
Yeah.
The cheaper contracts, they're shorter contracts. And if you don't like them from the beginning, you can cut them and there's less of a penalty for it, right? But they didn't like the market for whatever reason. And there was probably a good reason for it, right? Seems like things are crazy. Quinnen Williams getting traded for that amount is nuts. That is bowled over stuff, right? And it's really too bad that these assets are going to be going to teams that are going to use them horribly, right? They're not going to win a Super Bowl. They're just going to end up doing this whole same thing again 5 years from now when they trade these current crop of guys that they trade for somebody else because they're going to be resetting the organization again. So, 49ers are also a good place, as Leon mentions, for street free agents to show up, right? Like Asante Samuel's coming back. There's going to be some other guys that are probably like, that may get cut, you know, like it seems like there's going to be it's going to be kind of like the NBA when they have their buyout era, right? Like guys are going to pass through waivers and then they sign with contenders. Like I still think there'll be guys if they need them for depth, but they're not doing anything to mortgage any sort of future at this point. And they've already made some moves, right? They did Keon White last week.
Yeah, I mean, it was reported that they were trying to go after Jermaine Johnson, but the Jets wanted a 2nd round pick, and Lynch and company wanted to offer a 4th round pick. So I guess they never came to an agreement. Ty, go ahead.
Yeah. Trade deadline. Okay, so John Lynch made his moves early, before the deadline. Imagine that, submitting your homework early. Who knew you could do that? We saw the White trade. We saw them sign Cleveland Farrell. They picked up 2 linemen. He was done. I think he was done right there. Michael Williams gets injured. He's like, okay, maybe I can add another piece if the price is right. We already knew their MO. They're not bringing in rentals anymore. That's done. That's over with. They want guys that could be around for at least 2 years, right? This season and beyond. It didn't work out. Like, once again, other teams can say no to trading their players. They can raise the price. They can do things. It happens. But John Lynch already made his moves. I think a lot of people panicked because Williams got injured and was like, oh, we need another lineman. We have 13 defensive linemen on this roster. 13. Do we really need another one? Really? Like, we have pieces in place.
Right.
There's 6 defensive ends on this roster.
Right.
We're not depleted completely. And that's the way people are acting. That's just not the case. We got enough pieces to get the job done. And once again, like, stay faithful and have some trust in Robert Saleh and Chris Kasarik. They're the best in the business. They can get it done. So just because he didn't trade at the trade deadline doesn't mean we're waving the white flag on the season. Remember in the offseason when free agency hit and we signed no one, everyone panicked then and says, oh, we're throwing away the season. Here we are, 6-3. Are we throwing away the season? Did we throw it away? Nope. So take a chill, everybody.
Okay, Dina.
Yeah, a friend of mine said to me the other day that the Jets are having a pre-Thanksgiving sale. Are you guys jumping in on it? And I said, I don't think so. I'm not shocked that that he didn't move. I wasn't looking for it because I didn't think we needed to. I personally didn't think we needed to. I wasn't shocked. But my friend was. It's like, you're not going to jump on this. You guys are all banged up, and you're hurt, and we got these. The Jets got all these guys they want to get rid of, and you're not going to jump on it. And I'm like, no, we're not going for the Thanksgiving sale. Sorry. I'm not surprised. Like we said earlier, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Keep on rolling. So I'm not surprised.
Kyle also did say today that Yatir Gross-Matos has a chance to return this season, which is good news. All right.
Yeah.
Anything else before we get out of here?
Yeah, I heard there was something about Shanahan and what's the guy's name? He was the coach for the Patriots. Why am I drawing a blank?
Bill Parcells.
Thank you. No, the other one.
Coach.
Yeah, not Parcells. Oh God, why can't I think of his
one
name?
Other one. Gerard Mayo.
No,
It was
Mike
Gerard Mayo
Vrabel?
last year.
no,
Mike Vrabel?
it was for the Patriots.
That's it.
Yeah.
Over the last 30 years, it's been those three. That's it.
Okay, but they were like neck and neck in coaching, and I was like, no, I don't see that. I don't see.
Oh, you're
that.
talking about for coach of the year?
Yeah,
And it's
like,
Mike
ew.
Vrabel. Mike Vrabel is the current coach of the
And
Patriots.
I'm like, no, I can't see that. Shanahan all day. I mean, come on. No, I don't see that. But yeah, I just wanted to throw that out there because I saw that briefly on this news thing that I get, this sports thing that I get.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ew, no, that's terrible. No. And the other thing too, I'd like to thank Maddie for his suggestion about getting seats where you can see the whole field. My seats were perfect. I saw every move that everyone did without a 6'4" dude in my way. And I was able to see every player and what they did. And it was perfect. Thank you for that, Maddie. Perfect.
I've finally learned my lessons. Like the seats on the field are great. But as soon as everybody stands up, you're screwed.
When you're only 5 foot tall,
right?
Yes.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't have that problem, but I know others who do. Right? So yeah, it's just not worth it.
No.
What did you say? 200
right.
section?
Yeah.
I sat 329.
Okay.
Yeah, I was in 203, 203B, something like that. Yeah.
That's a good spot. Yeah.
2-minute warning. Go ahead, Maddie.
I've got tickets left for the Panthers, the Titans, the Bears, and probably the game that might decide the division, Seattle, San Francisco. I wouldn't be shocked if that one was a Sunday nighter, to be quite honest with you. So
they flex it up.
Yeah. They don't even, they keep everything locked up for the last day, day. So, yeah, I would keep an eye on that one. So yeah, NinersWO.com and get any of those 4 tickets.
Yeah, Ty.
Of the remaining games, only one is on turf. And it's quote unquote good turf in Indy. But I know the players will be happy. That'll be great for our health. And I think this is the time we really go on a run because we also got the bye week coming up. That's going to help us out. So it's exciting times in 49ers land. Like, if you thought the first half was good, buckle up. It should be a fun second half.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to Faithful Gear. Shout out to the chat. You guys are awesome as always. CMC has the most games in NFL history with 1 rushing and 1 receiving, 16 games, and Marshall Faulk is in second with 15. So congrats to CMC. And go ahead, Dina.
Yeah. Bebop, my love. I didn't forget about you. Hey. yeah, I'm excited to see if we play the same caliber, if not better, this coming Sunday. I think it's going to be a close game, and I'm just psyched. I'm really psyched to see this matchup, especially. I love you too, Bebop, and especially going up against the Rams. This is going to be really interesting. Can we do the same caliber of play? And I think we can. And I am ready for it.
All right. That does it for us. We'll see you next week. Same time, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. As always, go Niners. Let's get this dub.
And of course, for the upstart 49ers, they're 6 yards away from Pontiac. 3rd and 3.
We'll see a pickup sometime on the right side, possibly.
Montana looking, throwing in the end zone.